Hello everybody, Ed0626 back again with another video, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today's topic is something that I am in no way, shape, and form any kind of expert on. That said, as we all know, I'm a very opinionated individual, and I'm going to give my opinion on it no matter how late to the party I am, which is most of the time. The situation I'm currently referencing today is the Bungie laying off or firing or whatever the term that's being thrown around is. Over 100, mostly senior staff employees from the readings and the videos I've watched. And it's really unfortunate, man. I don't want to make this video too long, but it makes me sad, the gaming industry and the state it's in right now, because you would think that when Bungie was acquired by Sony last year, issues like this wouldn't have happened. And I'm not sure what led to these changes. A lot of people say it's just them saving money or the people up top making more money. I don't know if there's anything to back those claims at this point in time that I have read anyway. That's just pure speculation. But what I will say is I feel really bad for the people in the situation at Bungie who were laid off. A lot of them who found out without even being told. They just kind of tried logging into their little work emails or whatever, and you got told fuck you, basically, by their company that they've worked at for many, many years. You know, I'm not going to pretend to be a Bungie historian because I've only ever become very familiar with Bungie over the course of my time with Destiny 2 when I was playing that. And I feel for the Destiny 2 community in this particular instance because they got shafted. I wouldn't say as bad as the people who lost their jobs, obviously, but as far as consumers go, they got shafted pretty hard as well. Because the next Destiny expansion, which is going to be, was supposed to be releasing early next year, is now no longer going to be releasing in that time frame. And they're going to get pushed back to, I think, the early summer, midsummer, depending on how things go. So Destiny being the grind fest that it is, and the fact that the seasons themselves are the content, a lot of the people who play Destiny 2, I can already assume, are either pretty close to finishing the content as they release it, week by week, or have grinded out their battle pass, have got all of the content they could get out of it. And now they're going to be sitting for several months at a time, wondering to themselves, well, when am I going to get the next piece? As a consumer, I'd be pissed, because the Destiny community specifically does not need this. I mean, quite frankly, to my understanding, the game hasn't really been performing all that well over the course of the last several months to a year, maybe more, depending on who you ask. I mean, I gave up Destiny, not because I wanted to, but because I physically had to. I had no time to play it anymore, and the fact that the game is a massive grind fest just didn't coincide with my lifestyle at the time, and I just didn't see a point in ever going back because I'm already going to be too far behind regardless. Not to mention that there are just aspects and changes to the game that I didn't care for, as my time with it was going to be coming to an end anyway. So I may not be playing the game anymore, but I feel for people who still do, like my buddy Hollow and other people that I play with, like my other friends who you guys have seen in my videos. It's a real bummer, man. And it's not even just Bungie who's getting shafted pretty hard. I saw some stories not too long after the Bungie situation had broken that the Call of Duty developers and Sledgehammer were also under a lot of pressure to perform and get out Modern Warfare 3 on time with a 16-month development cycle. Now, as we all know, ever since Call of Duty has gone to the 3-year cycle, you would think that these games would be polished and the stories would be good and everything would be pretty good. Obviously, my opinions on that are pretty negative considering how I feel about the state of Call of Duty over the course of the last 4 to 5 years or more. But I cannot fathom the amount of stress and pressure that these Sledgehammer developers had to go through to put out a game like Modern Warfare 3 with such limited time. And no matter how you feel about Modern Warfare 3, you gotta at least have some sympathy for the devs, man. Because I'm sure that this isn't the game that they wanted to put out, because I'm sure that they would have wanted to have a much, much longer development cycle to really flush out some things as far as campaign goes, because I heard campaign for Modern Warfare 3 wasn't all that great, which is very disappointing since some of the highest praises I have seen from Call of Duty in general over the last several years has been aspects like campaign, specifically in the Modern Warfare series, because Modern Warfare 1 is probably regarded as one of the best campaigns Call of Duty has ever put out. Modern Warfare 2 might be a little bit up there, depending on who you ask, but it seems as though the general consensus of this game specifically, Modern Warfare 3, is that it just felt rushed. You felt like you were getting cheated out of what you were hoping to have was a quality story. It's really unfortunate, man. And despite all of these issues that developers like Sledgehammer or Bungie are now going to currently go through, there's a very, very high chance that a lot of these games just don't release properly. There's constant issues with the games, bug fixes that have to get done, sometimes game-breaking issues, and a lot of the times they don't get patched for several months, maybe even several years at a time, depending on the type of game that you're looking at. I mean, shit. Let's reference Battlefield 2042, shall we? How many months did it take for that game to actually feel playable? Quite a long time, if I say so myself, considering I was a part of that camp. Not even just that. Look at Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever the fuck that game was with the T-poses and shit. I hear that game was an absolute mess, and I hear it's getting better. I've heard it's getting better, but needless to say, it took quite a long time for CD Projekt Red to fix those issues. I'm not really sure where the disconnect is. I mean, to end this video off, I'm not sure if it's a developer issue, if it's a publisher issue. With Battlefield 2042, you can kind of see fault on both sides. Activision is always up their developers' ass for making them put awful changes into the game, such as skill-based matchmaking. But Bungie, in their instance, Bungie broke away from Activision. And considering that they are such a massive company now to the fact where they have made billions of dollars in a sale to Sony, who really is at fault for this? A lot of people have said it's the higher management trying to save money or make more money, like I said earlier in the video. But I don't know. It's just really unfortunate, and it's a bummer because it's the holidays. That's the worst part about all of this, is that this in particular instance with Bungie is happening around the holidays. And I feel bad for everybody involved. I hope that they can all find work. And, you know, if anything, a lot of them can go back to the game that made them in the first place, in Halo, because I'm sure 343 could probably use a lot of those senior developers, senior staff, and help make Halo better, not just for Infinite, but for any Halo installments in the future. At least, that's just my honest opinion. So, with that being said, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I got another video uploading later this week, and I'll see you then. Peace out.